for a court session was attacked under police officer PC Humphrey Oroba. Number 254918, who was also the driver, was killed, and his rifle, an AK-47, number 590-140-79, stolen. The incident was reported at Barangay Police Station on OB number 710-225, and the 4 fugitives who are the remandees are still at large. 2 weeks later, a bus, that's registration number KCH 872N, under the Ngarua Circle, plying the Maralal-Barangay route, was also brazenly attacked at Mbukoi area on the same road. 2 conductors, namely Kevin Lalampa and George Lochuch, were killed. 10 passengers survived with gunshot wounds and are admitted at Maralal Referral Hospital. These attacks follow an earlier spate of raids that have resulted in the death of 3 young men, namely Alois Lormule Mosa, Danakuru Lembisikichoi, and Molangai Lemede, and the loss of over 200 heads of cattle near Tomb area of Nyoro Ward. Another attack, which also resulted in the death of a young man who was taking his child to school near Ngorishe in Nyoro Ward, also took place. Honorable Speaker, it's against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security on the following. Number 1, the report on the security situation in the Loruko, Tum, Kawap, Parkati belt and the Marti, Lamerok, Suyan, Gilai, Masikita belts of Nachola and Nyiro wards of Samburu North constituency. Efforts to apprehend the criminals and fugitives following the attack on the police escort, including the recovery of the missing firearm. 3, measures put in place by the ministry to ensure the safety of the passengers who ply the Maralal-Barangay Road and other trunk roads like the Opiroi-Barangay Road. And finally, number 4, plans put in place by the ministry to facilitate peace, dialogue, and cohesion among the Samburu and Turkana communities who live in Nachola and Nyiro wards of Samburu North constituency. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Etipila. Security. Wapi Tongoyo? Any member of the committee? Majority Leader? Majority Leader, this is a statement sought from administration and security. Can you inform them to bring a response in 2 weeks?
I will do that, Mr. Speaker. Sir.
Thank you. Omulkhair Kasim, Mandera County.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I'm requesting for a statement regarding power outages in Mandera County. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 442C, I wish to request for a statement from the Chairperson of Departmental Committee on Energy regarding power outages in Mandera County. Honorable Speaker, in the recent past, there have been frequent power outages in Mandera County, especially Mandera East and Mandera South constituencies, which have disrupted critical services offered at health facilities, public institutions, and commercial operators. In January 2025, the Kenya Power and Lighting Company installed 2 generators in Mandera East. However, one of the generators broke down within the same month. The frequent power outages have caused panic among the affected residents, noting that this exposes the area to incidences of insecurity and negatively impacts economic activities. In addition, due to the high temperatures in the area, residents are at risk of suffering from heat strokes and also affect the observance of the holy month of Ramadan. Due to this, residents have been compelled to purchase ice blocks from Somalia, thereby increasing the cost of living. The incessant power outages continue to cause distress to the residents of Mandera. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for the statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Energy on the following. 1, to report on the steps being taken by the government to address the frequent power outages. 2, the immediate measures being put in place to replace malfunctional generators, including providing additional generators with the required wattage to ensure constant supply of power in the county. 3, the long-term plans for stable power supply in the county, including exploring alternative avenues such as acquisition of generators through the independent power producers, which, Honorable Speaker, their contract was terminated in 2023, thereby resulting into this unfortunate incident that we are in right now. Thank you.
Yes, Cynthia Muge, you want to joyride on that?
Honorable Speaker, allow me to joyride on this statement because I have a burning issue, Honorable Speaker.
Yes.
That the KPLC company is not only the home of inefficiencies, Honorable Speaker, but it is also a home of inconvenience. Honorable Speaker, the Office of Nandi County National Government Affirmative Action Fund paid a whooping 800,000 shillings, Honorable Speaker, for the purposes of installation of power at the Kabirsang Rehabilitation Center 1 year, 3 months ago, Honorable Speaker. And efforts to even follow up for its installation is not bearing any fruit. This is a very inefficient company, and they should be able to put their act together as they sort out the issues that have been raised by Honorable Umo.
Thank you. Omanyo, you also want to joyride on that?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I also want to just add on what my colleagues have said about Kenya Power and Lighting. I come from a border point, Busia, where we get so many trucks passing across Malaba town and Busia town. But unfortunately, every time there is a power blackout and the streets have no lights, I'm hoping and urging the Kenya Power and Lighting Company to up their game, especially in towns like Busia, where it serves so many other nations. So many trucks go to Rwanda, Congo, Uganda, across Busia and Malaba customs. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, honorable member for Ndindi. Yes, go ahead. You will be
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
You'll be the last joyrider.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I also want to ride on the same.
Central.
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I want to ride on the same on KPLC, Mr. Speaker. They are becoming a real troubleshooters. Mr. Speaker, in my Gembe Central constituency, the KPLC installed transformers, 6 of them in numbers. And they registered members of the community as users and agreed on meters. Then they installed the power. They delayed the meters for almost 8 months. Then they came back and vandalized everything and carried the transformers, leaving the community in darkness. It's their own failure not to bring enough transformers and to delay. Mr. Speaker, that one has brought a lot of problems. Business communities were prepared to do their business using the power, but now they have been cut off, and nothing has been done for the last 3 weeks. That's why we are challenging them to come up and work hard and stop being this sluggish and rendering our people irrelevant in businesses and workings. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Sabina. Is it joyriding on the same?
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I think it's the high time we look at Kenya Power. Mr. Speaker, and especially the areas where we don't have a digital meter, even their bills are finally generated, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, a lot of our people are also moving out of this country, the businessmen, and also many industries, Mr. Speaker, because of the cost of power. So Kenya Power need to address the issue, 1, efficiency, number 2, the cost of power, and especially looking at the people who are doing businesses. But at the same time, Mr. Speaker, it's also good for the people who owe Kenya Power a lot of money to pay. Mr. Speaker, we saw the drama that was happening last week. And also Nairobi has become a very dark city. Some of the streets where we used to have street lighting The streets are dark. Kiambu Road, if you go at night, Mr. Speaker, you'll also find that those street lights are almost off half of the time, Mr. Speaker. So even as we censure Kenya Power, we also need to be sure that we also pay for the bills and the people who owe Kenya Power to pay back their money. But for the governor, to the governor of Nairobi, he needs to light Nairobi County. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Chair, Energy. Majority Leader. Majority Leader. Ensure the Chair Energy brings a response in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Njeri Maina. Kasheri, Kirinyaga County.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise to request for statements regarding issuance of title deed in South Ngariama settlement area. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of the Standing Order 42(2)C, I wish to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Lands regarding the delay in issuance of title deed in South Ngariama settlement scheme, Mwea constituency in Kirinyaga County. Honorable Speaker, the South Ngariama settlement scheme is a 17,000-acre land located in Kirinyaga County, which was established to provide land to residents of Mwea constituency. However, for decades, the process of formal land allocation and issuance of title deeds has remained unresolved. In February 2023, the Ministry of Lands initiated an adjudication process following a directive issued by the Kirugoya Environment and Lands Court. Yet to date, the issuance of title deeds is yet to be finalized. This prolonged delay in issuing title deeds has affected development in the area. Without legal proof of ownership, investors remain hesitant and donors are reluctant to fund community projects. Furthermore, the delay has caused land-related disputes with a rise in conflicts in the area over land ownership. Article 40 of the Constitution guarantees the right to ownership of property, and the continued delay in issuance of the title deeds restricts the ability of residents of South Ngariama settlement scheme from exercising this right. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Lands on the following. 1, a report on status of the adjudication process of the South Ngariama settlement scheme, indicating whether the process references initial mapping conducted in 2009. 2, the specific timelines for the conclusion of the titling process, including issuance of title deeds to the rightful residents. And 3, measures being taken by the Ministry of Lands, Public Works, Housing and Urban Development to address land ownership disputes in the area, including steps taken to facilitate verification of rightful ownership in cases of disputes. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Kasheri. Lands, Majority Leader again, inform them to bring a response in 2 weeks. Mark Mwenje, Embakasi West.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I raise a request for a statement regarding the status of 24-25 work plan for the Kera and Kura. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to provisions on Standing Order 44(2)C, I wish to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Transport and Infrastructure regarding the status of the 2024-2025 work plan for Kenya Rural Roads Authority and the Kenyan Urban Roads Authority. Honorable Speaker, in November 2024, the High Court extended its orders freezing disbursement of the 10.5 billion road maintenance levy fund in conditional grants allocated to counties for 2024-2025 financial year, pending determination of a court case on the fund. The monies for the road maintenance levy fund, which are disbursed by the Kenya Roads Board, are used for maintenance in each constituency through the Kenya Rural Roads Authority and the Kenya Urban Roads Authority. The delay in disbursements of funds is expected to cause a deficit in the projects already tendered by constituencies for the financial year 24-25, occasioning pending bills. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Transport and Infrastructure on the following measures being taken by the government to ensure the work plans tendered for the financial year 2024-2025 are not suspended due to lack of funds. Measures being taken to ensure that the delay does not occasion pending bills and other charges that may result from breach of tender agreements. And finally, actions being implemented by Kera and Kura to ensure that roads under their jurisdiction, which are due for maintenance, are not affected by the delay in disbursement of funds. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Mark Mwenje. Majority Leader, Transport and Infrastructure, to bring a response in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Thank you. Next order. Oh, Majority Leader, now is your turn.